Ah, good evening, gentlemen. Welcome to the first or second adventure, technically. Second part of the adventure, whatever. I'd like to introduce you all to Felonious Monk, Bowman, and
Roman
Bone,
G.
yeah, and Bones the Ale Guzzler.
Yep.
These two are traveling to the land of Oma, or to the newly built town of Oma in search of jobs, and they have just been given a special task by Captain Molin Voss. They find themselves the evening after waiting for some time, or more like 4 o'clock, wandering through the streets after they have been given the previous mission to look for a missing uh, frontiersman, oh not frontiersman, a missing
Trapper.
trapper that's been gone for many days. And now we bring it over here. Here we go. We move to when you guys are just coming out of the small, cramped room.
Oh yeah, where everybody got dismissed but us.
Yes, indeed.
Hmm.
Um,
I guess I'll turn to Bones. So, you ready for this adventure? We're going to need supplies. I believe he said we could acquire some, right?
Yes, he did. He said something about money as well.
Yes. Well, that'll be after, I'm sure. Um, for now, we
But
should
how are we
focus
gonna
on.
get the
He said he'd provide us
equipment
with
if we don't have money?
supplies.
Oh, for free?
I imagine so. That's what providing means.
Hmm.
mm.
I feel like he doesn't expect us to come back.
uh, you look to your right and you see Leon sort of scratching his underside with his fingernails. And he just looks about and says, "Maybe we should accomplish the task of getting our scrolls over to that lady near the temple. Probably be the best idea."
That's right. What time is it right now? Out of
Right
game.
now, the sun is about to start setting. It's around 5:30. Um, there's still you can hear in the distance the sound of hammers hitting nails into wood very loudly, almost like in surround sound.
Hmm.
I'm say we should do this before the sun goes down. Don't want it to get too late. Keep them
Do
waiting.
you want to start now?
No. I mean, get these scrolls over to the
Uh,
person he told us to take them to.
I think that'll probably be the best case scenario. Maybe we can regale each other of who we are over there. Maybe share a drink. It's
I
quite
can
some
It's
time
consider.
since
always
I've had a
down
chance
for a
to.
good ale.
I definitely can go for out a flask and start drinking.
Jeez, he's already starting.
What's a better time not to?
It is always 5 p.m. Somewhere.
Definitely.
So as you walk, you sort of beheld like how wide the streets are, and from the towns that you're respectively from, or from the areas, you're used to either really condensed areas of population, maybe a city, or any of barbarian tribes from wherever you're from, maybe condensed huts, or it's very homely. But this feels like a lot of buildings, a lot of very tall buildings are sparsely built on the wayside. You know what I'm saying? It looks like they're setting kind of keystone buildings all around, but they're about 3 stories high each, from what it seems.
What do you mean by keystone?
Like maybe places of worship, places
Hmm.
or groceries, trappers. But the three main buildings you catch are the obvious building of the Temple of Abdar, the obvious castle, or I mean fortress, forgive me, now manor of Nino de L'Enclos, and far distant hills, and a very, very large farm that starts the first fields into the west of the town. The most northern
Hmm.
point of the town is definitely
He told us to go to the church, right?
yes, which the
Okay.
church is located
It's right
near the
there.
main. Yeah.
So, well, there's the Church of Abdar. We should take these scrolls.
What is Abdar?
I, if I'm not mistaken, from what I've heard around here, I believe it's the god of
Roll a knowledge religion.
new towns and shit.
You lie. Knowledge religion.
Hold
Is the
on.
god of new towns?
God of like building and making towns and shit. 'Cause
Oh, that's civilized ass shit.
knowledge. I had more knowledge than this. Oh well. Knowledge religion. Here we go. Do 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 do.
Do, do,
Do
do,
do
do.
do. 12. Suck on that.
I know everything.
Okay. So what do I know? Tail spinner.
I
Sorry, I didn't mean to trip you up there.
no, you're good. Thank you. From maybe offhand books you've read, or perhaps
See
just
around
by
the
word of
town.
mouth from where you're from. Abdar is the god of coin, of gold, and the holder to the first vault. Um, you know all these things are very sparse kind of things, but most of all, Abdar is what one would consider almost a merchant god,
He was he Delver of the first or owner of the first
owner
vault?
of the first vault.
Okay, so I'm gonna go over to KT's character Bones, and I'm gonna say, well, you know, these townspeople have been, I don't know if you heard before or have been listening around, but apparently he owns the first vault, and
Yes, I
he's
heard
somewhat of a merchant god, and there's talk of something about one of his subjects actually being able to make it into the vault. I'm not sure. It's all a bit hazy. I can't remember too much. I'd say he's not that popular of a god, but
Ooh, I
here
lied.
seems very.
Leon knows everything, or nearly everything, of the god of Abdar.
I already said it. It's too late.
But he rolled a 20. Like,
What does he have? Like nothing
he has
in
two.
religion.
He has two.
So then he got an 18, didn't he?
No, he rolled a solid 12. No, I'm joking. No. But he says to you, it is quite, kind of looks about, and his, hold on one second. Seems it's quite strange, actually, for them to build a temple of Abdar in such a, let's just say, welcoming region. Soon enough, the bandits will come, and they will want what's in those vaults.
Well,
Bankers all alike worship that man like he's special. But civilization does go on, thanks to his blessings, I guess.
So they're really in tune with their money.
It's more than just money. It's more than just money.
Mm.
It's more along the lines of expansions. Just say civilization. It's a touch of knowledge of, those sort of things. I guess I'm not too versed in the inner workings of it all, but one must attest it. His temples do bring a sort of aristocratic crown, which I've come to know all the time. As he walks in, he straightens the belt on his where his sword is held.
well, I imagine they have their reasons for building out here. Yes, maybe it has something to do with that vault.
Only a daft fool would build some sort of grand, come and take me cathedral. But it's whatever. People have their own reasons.
Hmm.
So,
Town
Bonesy
is
Ale
strange.
What do you find yourself doing here, besides just drinking ale and swinging a sword?
I came for work. Came to make the finest ale, make my ale famous.
You're famous. But out of all the towns in the River Kingdoms, why here? You have so many other options, and you'll be welcome more, probably paid more handsomely elsewhere.
Every man has to start somewhere. You didn't learn how to swing that little toothpick there. just merely by practicing on a town cat.
Oh, more like
Every
many a town cat. Many cats.
Dang it.
And unfortunately, one
Game
didn't
of
respond.
Thrones.
He looks at you. I have 2 daughters and a son.
You practice with your daughters and sons?
Well, more like they like to practice on me. Kind of laughs on it. Backs up. 1 second.
Shut up, KT.
No,
Okay.
never.
My bad. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Never.
Alright.
Never.
Alright, so as you walk a few more steps, you start realizing the line is huge. Looks like there's around like 30 people. Just sort of sitting there and collecting coins. More guards than usual since the last time you visited. And
Wait, at the cathedral?
at the cathedral steps where the Joan, a woman of statuous beauty, sits upon with her garb over her head, counting coin and handing it out. While bags are right next to her, and she's naming people. And as you get closer to the front of the line, and you start making your way back, you start getting closer to the seat, to the table she's at, with 2 guards holding halberds, wearing oh, 2 guards wearing halberd, and one person next to her wearing similar guards but a golden mask, embroidered with blue accents, kind of like a Carnival of Venice style mask. Um,
The fuck is a Venice style mask?
um, it's kind of like a plain white face. We'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, the golden mask is kind of the. And he's just standing there to her very right, nearest to her, where her coin hand is at, unmoving, unshielding, just like the 2 guards who are holding halberds. It looked like town guards are flanking her. Just sitting there upon everything. You hear her naming off the names, and she uh, uh, sort of, would you estimate a young lad at the age of maybe 15, and his possible guardian are up in the front, and she gently speaks to him, sweetly speaks to them. She says, how was your work day today? You look at her. It was fine, Mum. Nothing crazy. Like, almost fell down, but things went all right. His enemy boy is a hard worker, is he not? And it's like, indeed they are. I'm glad to see you in good spirits. Well, as per usual, just sign here, and move to the right, and they'll hand you a coin. And he's like, well, thank you very much, Mum. It's like, have a good day, ma'am. May the God Abdar bless you, Mr. Joan. And he bows down and walks away. And there people are talking in the line and just talking, but no one seems to be like. They look dusty. They look tired. They look like construction workers of that time period. But no one seems to be in a bad mood. Everyone seems pretty good.
They're like, yeah, payday, fuck yeah. Give me that money.
The line keeps kind of growing. You guys kind of seat yourselves pretty distance back, but behind you start realizing you probably came at the perfect time for a rush, and I mean a rush, of like 60-some people of all different sizes and races are lining up with their tools in hand, and making a ruckus as per usual. The cafeteria style, conversations kicking in and talking about women and where they're going to spend all their money and how they're going to go to the inn and probably spend it all there before they even make it home tonight.
Okay, well, I'm gonna get in line with these scrolls that we were given and wait my turn, I suppose. Before this rush tries to jump in front of us.
Yeah, I'm going to do the same, and he continues to drink from his flask, not staring at anyone, kind of minding his own business.
The shy one, huh?
Did somebody say that? Or?
Yeah. Sorry. Leon looks at you as like a shy one, huh?
No, I just avoid unnecessary fights. You go, go,
That's
go.
that's a weird thing for you to think immediately. Are you so keen to fighting all the time that you assume a fight will appear everywhere you go?
Well, where I come from, that's all we do.
Well, I don't mean to call you a savage, but that does sound quite barbaric.
Well,
Gotta
what
laugh.
do you think I am? Am I a aristocrat like all of these others?
You look like
Kinda
a
chuckles.
you look like a refined gentleman, one after me own heart.
Oh, the gentleman. Like guys of one.
The line moves ever so slowly as you jest between it all. So you get up to the front, and they finally turn. Well, hello there, Mr. Bones Yell Guzzler.
Oh no,
Miss
it's her
Bonji?
again. He kind of whispers around. He kind of, oh no, it's her again.
Did you find adequate work?
He puts the scroll on the table.
All right.
It looks like I have a mission.
Ooh. Indeed, you do. And free accommodations at the end. I guess.
Mm.
I guess Voln Captain Voss are a liking to you. And some people hear that out loud. They're like, "What? Captain Voss? Huh?"
He takes another squeak. He goes, I guess so. Puts it away.
I guess simply your demeanor is enough for him to garner some respect. And some of the guys who were there with you are like sitting there and they're like, "Are you fucking serious?" They have like the face of
We're just like,
Of like, hey, here's that fight you were hoping for. Should have just
What?
stayed
What
quiet.
do you mean? These slobs here didn't get no job. They got told that we were appointed out here, kind of points to pause behind him, and that we were told that we had a job. What is this mission you're talking about here?
None of your damn business. Why don't you just turn around and wait for the young lady to finish with us?
I think you might want to listen to our learned friend here.
You see me like crack my knuckles and give them this fucking glare. This glare from hell. You don't even know. Hold on, let me see if I've got intimidate. I think I do.
Hold on, I gotta untangle these damn headphones.
Oh hell yes I do. Alright.
Do it. Oh!
Ooh! Bitches,
Ooh.
sit down!
Ooh.
Sit down!
Nice. You go ahead with what you're gonna what you were trying to do, and I'll tell you the reaction.
That was my intimidate.
Oh,
That was my glare with the knuckle crack.
oh.
Like back
He looks
off.
at you. The man who's talking to you is bald and has a very curled mustache.
Of course. He's got let me guess, he's got some like fucking, basketballs for muscles and
No,
he looks
no.
like
But
he
he
walks
did do-
around with like
No. He just
you know,
looks
a
like
whole
he has
tree
a
on his
very,
from
very
One Punch Man,
understare. Like he's skinny but toned. And he like pointing fingers at you, and the posse behind him was rallying. But he looks at you, and he feels like, you know what? I don't want to get my senses beat in right now. I'm getting paid, and I don't need to lose this. So he kind of cowers behind his friend, who's a little bit taller than him, and says, "It's not worth it. It's not worth it, man." And his friend, he puts his hand on his friend's shoulder, and his friend slowly feels a tremble. He's like, "So really? Like really?" And so, and then you see,
when his
roll a
friend
perception
like
check. Roll
looks
a
back
perception
at
check.
me,
Both of
my
you.
like eyebrow cocks up on one side, like, you want some of this? You going back to your friend?
Roll me a perception check.
Johnny Cage.
Hit you in the mouth, baby. Fly.
14.
Oh man, does this guy have a perception check or what?
I got a 14.
All right.
14.
Okay. And
Roll perception, Bones.
Yep, I'm already on it. Bam!
all right.
Wow.
All
When
of
you're
you
fucking
hear
jacked.
the clicking of a very familiar object. Um,
Armor.
you are hear the clicking of a very familiar object. One of a person who is either very skilled with it or in what you would give someone for long range combat if they're not skilled with the originator. Those with 15 and above look a little bit past the which is kind of makes sense since
I'm
golden.
not really looking that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, you catch a glimpse of the person with the golden mask underneath his robes. Put away a crossbow, and this crossbow is intimidatingly gold. Like, and it has embroidery and a what seemed to be a giant, almost obscenely large
So
arrow put into the arrow. But then she like slowly, or he or
so
she slowly puts
so
it
wait.
back underneath her robe.
It wasn't my intimidate that scared him. It was this bow.
No,
This
no,
guy
no, no,
drawing
no.
this bow
You
like I'm gonna kill both of you.
no. Leon kind of cocks his eyebrow and like kind of starts wondering himself. These folks, as though they lack in, kind of thinks this, though they lack in resources for the most part, they seem to have a good handle on situations like this.
Hmm.
Man, you catch that, Bones, and so does Leon. And Miss Leon looks around and says, "Well, ma'am, um, is there anything on those scrolls that could, I say, give us accommodations for the night?" Uh, benefactor said that we would have such accommodations before. And he kind of stops. She kind of like holds her hands up. He's like, "Say no more." And she like looks at one of the guards to her right shoulder and points almost in a hand signal, like this, like kind of like kind of like speaking in sign language. Um,
She snaps her fingers, claps her hands. You know.
no, that's one-handed sign language. And the guard to the right hops up and walks towards. "If you'll follow me, gentlemen." Wait, no, he doesn't speak that. Sorry. "If you follow me, gentlemen, I will gladly show you to your accommodations for the night."
Anything to get away from this meddlesome rabble. You fucking. I fucking walk
Leon
off.
laughs at it all. It's like, this seems to be building up itself to a decent adventuring group, huh? Few minutes, like 2 minutes, you'll find yourselves at the Red River Inn. It seems to be a three-story wooden building. Um, it in the front of it has a makeshift, let's say, coat of arms almost. That's a jest to it all, but it seems to have a picture on the two yellow signs. Uh, like it's divided into fours, and two things are blue and two things are yellow. But on the two yellows, it seems to be a river flowing, and the other one, it's a small dove on both, holding a I cannot remember the name of those things. A leaf. Let's just say for now. For now, we'll call it a leaf.
Okay.
And as you open it, you hear the rabble that you were trying to outrun in there, only by noise. As you come in, you hear the crackling of a stove, not a stove, fireplace, and the smell of smoke of tobacco fills the air so heavily you almost cough when you come in. Just you breathe in deep, but it has a cozy smell, and despite all the smoke. And as you go in, you start getting closer. Um, you see a small head sort of travel underneath the almost comically large bar. Well, I wouldn't say bar area, more like the front desk area near the staircase. The moment you come in, you see the staircase right in front of you, and right next to the bottom of the staircase opens up to a front desk area, I guess,
Hmm.
the lobby area. And there you see and it has a door that kind of leads to the back, but also if you're looking straight at it on the right hand side, it opens up into where the fireplace would be in the back. Um, and there's some what seems to be some game uh, or trap and skills or whatever, hunting pelts hung up, and the smell of roasted meat is also kind of intertwined in all the smoke. You hear people laughing, beer being flung all over the place. Many a dwarf, I mean not many a dwarf, many a halfling are there, sort of singing tunes in their own like giddy, joyous manner that you have, wherever you come from or have ever seen. A half folk, little folk, are singing on top of tables. It's an atmosphere of relaxation more than anything else. And as you come in, you see the comically large bar, and you see a man with the gray beard and almost half bald, but very long hair on the sides. And his mustache to beard ratio is impressive, to say the least. And he says to you, I see. Good evening, men. How do you do? Welcome to the Red River Inn, as the little dwarf speaks to you.
Evening. You, the owner of this establishment?
Oh, the owner and the lover. Either way, welcome to my humble abode. Hope you find your accommodations pleasing.
Thanks. Appreciate the kind welcome.
The guard which was escorting you earlier politely bows as his armor sort of makes a clicking sound of the helmet hitting a breastplate, and he leaves.
I'm gonna wave him off and go back to the. He's a dwarf, right?
Yes, he's a dwarf. Has a very burned complexion on his skin.
Burned?
On the top, yeah, not like burned.
Sunburned.
Yeah, sunburned complexion. Sorry.
Gotcha.
May I have your names?
Yes, I am Bones.
Bones. You are down.
And you're a dwarf?
Oh. That's jokes. I like anyone with jokes. They're easy
Yes,
to
I
break
do.
teeth
Ha,
with.
ha. And he continues to drink.
I'm Bowman, and this here is Leon.
Leon, you look like a man that I've. And do you, by any chance, reside in Gredolt? He looks puzzled. Yes, I come from there. What of it? Nothing. You just strike me as someone I used to know. Either way, if you make yourselves at home here, go to the back and ask Alice. She can, let's just say, give you a little welcoming gift for me and the guards there. Well, I'll go check if your rooms are made to suit, as he says in air quotation marks.
I'm gonna turn to them. I'm gonna be like, okay, so that dwarf seemed kind of shady. like,
What made you believe that?
the way he said he was going to prepare our rooms, and I don't know what this lady has in store for us, but it's either sexual or it's a trap. That's what it's
That is
like.
a very bad common misconception. Just because we are in an inn, that doesn't always mean there are wenches, though I would gladly welcome.
That's not what I'm saying. It's the way, you know, connotation.
Bones is like just dying a little bit, he's drinking, and he's like, oh god.
You know what, Bones? We'll send you in first, just in
Do
case.
you ever run out of ale? How much ale do you have to carry at all times? You've been drinking since I've seen you.
He literally starts taking out flasks. And
All right. I need to know how many flasks you have, KT.
He
This
literally,
very
yeah,
moment, I need to
I'm about
know.
to give you. I'm about
Oh,
to give
come
you.
on. Just let him have the infinite flask.
No, I cannot have
no,
that.
no,
For
no,
RP's
he literally
sake.
lists
No.
out 5 flasks.
This is
Yeah,
bullshit.
He literally lists out 5 flasks.
All right. 5
He's
flasks.
just like,
All right.
he's just like,
12.
Yeah.
No, you have 5 flasks. All right. And
Well,
by the
Yeah.
time you take out a flask, you. Okay.
Oh, you need to
definitely
be running constitution checks too if we're gonna be this serious.
I'm not gonna run it for his own flask. I'm gonna say he's used to his own thing until later on, until he starts
Hey,
mixing
who
it.
says there's liquor
Is
in it?
that how? Is that
It's
how
Who
water.
says
alcohol
there's liquor in
works?
it? Why is it automatically assumed that it's liquor?
But all right. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Yeah.
so
Okay.
Leon
Blood
looks
pressure.
he looks astonished at your
Bones.
collection of flasks, and he's just like, "Well, calling me impressed. I will leave you to it."
This is just water, man. This is just water, mate.
Water,
Yes.
simply water. Well, would you mind giving me a swift of that water?
There you go. And yeah, and the
He drinks it,
It is
and even
the
though it
most
is just
pungent
water,
vodka that
it
you've
is-
ever tasted.
though it is just water, you
Come on, Bones, pull a fast one on him.
though it is just water, the residue from the ale which you have stored into those flasks sort of makes it taste a bit like he's kind of double guessing.
this tastes like this will
What
taste
is
like
this?
water. This is like
Yeah,
liquor water.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, and he kind of takes a swig and his body tenses up. He's like, "I'll leave it to your water."
I told you it was water. And he takes it back and he drinks it himself, puts it away.
He looks about and yeah.
Jeez, you didn't even wipe the mouth off. Disgusting.
Well, we're not men.
You know what kind of things could kill me out there?
You know what kind of things can kill you just by Never mind. Don't concern yourself with it if you don't care. I'm not here to be a doctor.
Chuckles.
Leon leads the way into the back, kind of feeling the gaiety, and then you hear songs of women being danced upon by little folk and getting into crazy shit that they sing, make themselves look cooler. There's as you kind of go a little deeper into what seems to be on the right hand side wall, a cut in, like where that same bar is at, right? We're looking at the staircase, looking at the bar there at the front desk area. We go around and it's kind of deeper, a few steps in deeper on that same wall that would be normally on the right hand side. You go through an archway. It's the cozy smell of smoke is heavy, and there, as you see, another bar, kind of almost connecting the whole front desk in a weird way to this side section, is Annis. Well, who you hope it is Annis, but he looks like an Annis to you. Short, stubby, what you would consider pretty dwarf if you have ever seen a female dwarf. Travels. Her hair
They're
is
very rare.
yeah. She is stocky
Yeah.
and has darkish brown hair. Around her, she's smoking out of a contraption, and on top of that, it seems to have just jars, white jars of things on what you can only assume is a shelf of liquor, hopefully. But on top of it has herbs, just sort of dirt and grime on top of these shelves as well. But in the middle is a door that seems to lead inward to another room. She's standing not as comically low as your receptionist, and she almost seems to be above it. She has no bust, but when she speaks to you, and as Leon makes eye contact with her, and she looks at it, oh, what do we have here?
Yeah.
Good evening. Are you by any chance Annis? He's like, yes, that is I. No, who might you be? Ooh, wait. You look like a man. She points at you, Bowman. You look like a man who knows his herbs. Am I right?
Yes, how'd you know?
I think it's a jacket.
So,
Quite a beautiful
Fellow
one, if I
scholar?
do say so myself. Oh, no. I retired that life long time ago. Now I live here with my husband.
I understand. the university. It just wasn't enough for me anymore.
University? Oh, I have never had the privilege to step foot on campus, but I was a, let's just say, a seasoned traveler.
Well, that's what I hope to become.
Oh, you're on the right path, and you look like you know a bit of ale. Am I wrong?
Yeah, he's like, was it the flask?
Look away. I must admit, I was a bit cheating. I heard you over the wall, but other way, yes, it is the
Oh,
flask.
Yes, I am. I've
She
been doing
smiles
this
with the
for the
biggest
longest.
grin ever.
I'm gonna look at her like that's a cruel trick,
Hmm?
and I like flip my coat back.
Swag down.
Do you rub your hands to your head? like, uh, so,
No,
there's some stools there. What looks to just be like one solid piece. What you know what you know how you make stools usually. You have multiple pieces of it connect together, right? This looks like it just was made solidly from like one thing of wood and just carved meticulously. But it looks has almost like a wood like a dark wood finish to it, and it glosses and it almost adds on to the ambiance of the whole entire place. Um, as you sit there, you notice these things are like they don't move at all, like at all. They're very very comfortable. Um, and Anna sits there. Well, let me take a guess. You have been given the honor of a welcoming gift, right?
was that another actual guess, or did you just hear it?
I just heard it.
Yeah. Well, then
Well,
yes, that's what we're here
yeah,
for.
don't ruin the fun, mind. So, all right. Well, you have free pickings of anything here, but you can only have one. Now, I like to. I know this is a common thing for your new season adventures. You say what you want, and you usually get it. But here we have a little bit of a rules, as I say, just so we don't have mishaps as we first have many times ago. She kind of like looks back with a smile and comes back to you. Says,
Rules? What kind of rules?
"Well, you you either get one strong piece of liquor that might knock you out now, or you choose three smaller ones with the accompany of a bit of smoke from my here pipe per se. Now, what I put in the pipe is my choice only, but of course it will be delicious.
Hmm.
It is just to make
Dolben will
sure that
pop up.
bar
I'll
fights
take
don't use
three.
three of what again? Sorry,
The lighter.
the lighter. Well, you each. That means that each of you have three of your own. Now, if you would excuse me, I'll go forth and start making it then. She gets off what seems to be a stool. Like it slides in the back, like it looks like it sounds like it's connected to something. And she slides off, and instead of going to the cabinet right behind it, she goes inside the door, like anticlimactic as hell. But yeah, um, this happens. She's gone for like 5 minutes, and in those 5 minutes, if there's anything you wish to discuss.
I kind of, he'll like whisper and be like, muddle under his breath. He'll say, I kind of wish I would have went ahead and taken the stronger one.
Oh, sorry. Um, well, don't can you not make stronger? Maybe.
Oh, definitely. I just need I, a station. I guess you know every craftsman needs a station.
So, how does a mercenary find himself becoming a brewmaster?
It was
Or
my father's job.
your father?
My
Now,
father.
the story gets interesting. But before I ask that, I feel like this is going to be a 20-minute situation. How did a monk become a. What did you say you were? Kirk.
I'm sorry, what'd you say? I zoned out a little bit.
I said, how did a monk become a... What did you say you were?
How'd you know I was a monk?
Well, by your demeanor. Oh,
Well,
like,
I'd say I'm less of a monk and more of a scholar. Picked up the martial trainings during my studies.
doing your studies. I see. So you are a man of the fist by choice. Well, I
Indeed.
see no weapon on you.
I need not a weapon. My fists and my feet are all I need to take down any foe. This is what I've been taught. Along with some self-training, of course.
That is quite interesting. You will have to regale me about that sometime later. He looks at Bones. He says, "Forgive me, friend. Just didn't want to leave our friend out."
I have no problem. There's no issue with me. I don't mind anything.
Well, your father's occupation was a brewer. Did he own shops?
He-
He owned
No, his occupation at first was a brawler.
a brawler. So he was
Yes,
a man of the streets and of the fist.
Well, he fought in kind of gladiatorial combat. He earned money that way.
So was it by choice or was it by someone?
Not really by choice. My mother died, and he only had me to take care of. So he decided the only way he could do, his only skills he had was he could whoop a lot of ass, or he could brew a fine ale.
And let me take a guess.
I see you've taken to both.
Yes, I wanted to be better than him.
Sounds like a good man. Hopefully my children are that compliant when they grow up.
Oh, God.
Put them through some hardships in the woods, and they'll learn.
Some hardships in the wood. Speaking of hardship. Oh, look. Sorry, what'd you say, Kitty?
I said put them in the hardships. Put them in hardships and in the woods.
Oh, he smiles at your coming due there, and he little banters here and there happen, and she comes back with the drink. She's like, steps back on the stool and slides back. She's like, "Well, here you are. Hope you enjoy it. Sorry for me taking so long. The husband back there was trying to do some counting and trying to make sure we don't run out of stock, like his normal." Kind of stops. Best not say. Either way, have at it, gentlemen.
You literally see Bones just down this drink. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. Okay.
It's foamy, and it has an aromatic of almost like pumpkin.
Of what?
Oh God, it's pumpkin spice.
Ooh, who knows?
Oh no, pumpkin spice
no,
latte.
freaking Starbucks.
But yeah, it has
White girls are everywhere. I'm sorry.
But yeah, it tastes delicious. It has an aftertaste. It's almost it's spicy, but not in the spice kind of way. It's like spicy.
Yeah. I got you.
Hot sauce. Tabasco.
No, the other kind of spice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you pull off a wreck.
Yeah. What? What did you say?
Like you pull off a rack.
Okay.
Like a spice rack.
All right.
What'd you think I said?
What did you think he said?
Say it. We're recording and I can't say things like that. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, you can. You can say what you thought I said.
Hey, PG-13.
I thought we were making these private. What does it matter?
Yeah, it's still regardless. I don't want
What did you think? I really want to know now. What
Bro,
you
type
guys
it.
said.
I'll send you a message.
Yeah, just send the message, bro. Type
But yeah,
technology.
and it has a spicy kick, and you see Leon. takes sips of it. He's like, oh, kind of calls it. And it's like, ooh, what is in here? Peppers.
Is that really
Did you say peppers?
peppers?
Peppers.
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 I'm gonna be taking slow sips, but gradually going down. You know,
Mm.
doesn't seem to bother me too much.
I'm gonna down like half of it, and if I like it, I'm gonna put the rest away too.
That's what I thought you said, by the way.
Yes.
Wow.
Don't say it,
Bruh.
but that's what I thought you said.
I can imagine why you've got that on the brain.
Yeah, I was just like, whoa, okay.
Bruh.
Yeah. So we
Yeah,
you
that
know,
is how you do that, bruh.
But yeah, she says peppers, freshly grown. What do you think? Some new little thing I'm trying out.
Hmm.
I don't think you should put peppers in alcohol.
What do you? Oh, really?
I'm not
What
saying
about
it's
you?
bad. It's definitely drinkable, but if you're gonna add something, you should add something maybe sweet.
Well,
I don't know.
I would think that the pumpkin that I put in originally just has a bit of a sweetness, and maybe the peppers come back at you. That aftertaste, that aromatic.
I'd rather have the aftertaste of pumpkin. Peppers, I find it weird that it's not with food. I suppose.
I guess I don't blame you, but thank you. Either way,
No problem. Hey, it still tastes okay. I'd still drink this. I don't think peppers are the best thing for ale.
what about you?
You
Yes,
see,
you-
Bones
Yes,
is
Mr.
literally
Bones.
drinking this thing. He's
When you get to the bottom, you can definitely see that these are open roasted peppers at the bottom.
Oh, at like the bottom of them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, I'd get to the pepper and then I'd almost throw up.
Whoa, chill out, chill out. You're not there yet. You're sipping. You're sipping.
Bro, how big is this?
Huh? It's pretty big.
Oh,
They come in
okay.
pints.
I see.
Yeah.
yeah, no, he's drinking it. It's like, and then he stops and he's like, "Oh, this is great. Did you make this?"
Well, yeah.
Oh,
You know, some things from that little farmer Deneb has some good good farmlands over there, growing some good crops this year. So I guess I decided to use a little bit of what he was given.
What did you put in here? What is in here?
Like I said, peppers,
Peppers and pumpkins?
peppers and pumpkins, and the usual mixture brew.
You never
Obviously.
thought about adding honey? And he's like drinking, and he's still drinking a little bit.
Honey.
Or maybe, and he's like expecting the cup and expecting the
Cinnamon.
drink.
Cinnamon. Yes.
He's like, yeah, cinnamon. That
If you
might
want
make
to
it a
add
little too
spice
sweet.
to a drink, cinnamon's the way to go.
But that's more of a softer kind of thing. You put that kind of. You guys kind of get into a conversation about things you should put in it. But
If
she comes
she's a
across.
dwarf and she's just like, might as well put dirt in it. Like,
Someone walks by.
I found a rock in this cup.
Leon
at
is
the
like,
bottom of the cup, there's just a big rock.
It's a
For
big
flavor.
rock.
It had salt on it, I swear.
but you go forth the night of bed, drinking your 300 drinks, and you're starting to feel it. Like it's like you might not have. You might have been drinking water. You are an agile. A man of high constitution, Mr. Bones. But you feel a slight twinge in your hands, and you feel that this is affecting me a bit.
Oh boy.
That warm feeling in your face for a minute.
Yeah.
My face got red.
Leon is like almost like, oh, this is too much. He can't finish the last one.
You see me just laughing my ass off at him for a second.
Who,
Like,
Leon?
yeah.
He's like.
I can't wait to get where you're at. And he's just drinking a little faster.
I feel like my mouth is on fire, and I want to lay down in the nice bosom of a nice. He kind of like you can tell why the chairs don't rock anymore.
Oh man, and I'm just like,
he gives like a Bones gives like a hearty belly laugh, and he kind of goes and he kind of pats him on the back. He's like lightweight, I see.
I haven't drunk in such a long time since my wife. Oh, oh my the gods! What kind of confounded? You know what I really want to do right now? I really want to go lay down in the bosom of a nice child lady. Is there any takers here? He looks about with his long neck, just looking about all drunken. He's like, anyone run? Yeah.
I'm now cracking up. I'm like holding my hand over my mouth, trying to stop. Like, did he just call out the whole bar to come get him? So.
And he looks about and just it's like, look, Miss Addis, I'm sorry if I'm making a ruckus, but I need some more of your fire.
Is he looking over at me at all?
Yeah, he's looking all around.
Damn.
He's looking like he's spinning around.
I was gonna say I'm gonna try some ventriloquist shit and be like, I want some.
do it. Roll me a. Just say damn, I don't even know what.
Not a sense motive. The other one.
Yeah.
Diplomacy.
Maybe bring a bluff.
Just to trick him.
Yeah, just roll me a bluff if you can. I mean.
Oh. Do I even have bluff? I don't think I do. No, I don't. I don't have bluff. I can't.
Okay.
So I try it anyway.
Yeah, you try it.
And he immediately sees that it's not a girl.
Oh no! Don't mess with me like this. I've had a long travel. Miss Adams,
leave our friend alone.
Your friend here looks like the peppers are sort of starting to affect him.
No, he just doesn't. He hasn't drank in a while, from what I've heard. He'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. And as you come across,
Somebody needs to find this man a woman.
You feel a tap on the shoulder. And you see
You're still looking, baby.
And you see is the other dwarf. He looks at you and this. I see. I see you're taking the welcoming gift just as you should. Good. Your friend might have taken a little bit too well.
I believe he's having a good time.
Yeah.
Yes, I suppose that's the point, isn't it?
Yeah, glad to hear. Either way, your rooms are well acquainted. Unfortunately, one of you will be staying with another mate. This slob had the room looking like a tornado had come through. Either way, I know your friend is drunk. Maybe as a practical joke, you should put him in there.
Well, if you just be quiet and he doesn't hear, we can just say that's his room. I'm sure he doesn't mind.
Either way, make yourselves at home. It's the top room on the far right hand side, nearest to the window, both flanking the window.
All right.
Alrighty.
Mm.
Thank you.
Make yourselves make way as soon as you want. Either way, I start shooing this rabble out of here. He goes around the wall again, opens up the hinge to where the entrance to the front desk is, and starts pulling out a bell and says, ladies and gentlemen, it's last call. Get your drinks, get your smokes, and it's time to head home. And you hear panting and whining all over the place. I don't want to hear it. You know the rules, and I don't want to have bowling bars come up my ass about it. Right now, it's standing about.
What'd you say? It's 10?
No, it's standing about like.
I'm gonna ask him. Is there a curfew on this town?
Yeah, keeping it safe. Molden is a bit of a hard ass on this situation, but you can't blame the man. I know why he does it, and we'll leave it at that. It's better for folks to go home at an earlier time than later on, getting lost in the roads.
We have those kind of problems here?
Yes,
Not particularly, but when they're drunk, who knows where they end up? A hungry wolf, And or worse.
That is true.
I thought the walls could protect us, but I suppose you could get lost drunk anywhere.
Well,
Alrighty, I understand. You need not say any more.
out of game context, most of these people, what we would have said is that they don't live here.
Oh, they don't live in the town,
Mhm.
so they have to walk. They have to really walk home.
They have to take a river ride, oftentimes. So, yeah, that's what he would assume. But as you go forth in the night, your body is weary from the day's travel. Um, How do you guys make room tonight?
How do we what?
How do you make room tonight?
What do you mean?
Like who sleeps with who? Because one person has to stay with a mate.
What's his name's taking the mate?
Okay.
Leon.
Leon.
No.
All right, Leon. All right. So how do you guys get him up there? Because right now he's like literally slobbering with his beard or his face kind of halfway into what would have been the fourth cup of ale. Kind of.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's those peppers affected him. Kind of like how gummies would on hard vodka.
Well,
I don't know what you mean, but okay.
well, he goes, no more of that, and he puts the cup down, and he takes it from him, puts it down, and he goes, come on, you've had enough.
He like
Yeah, I'm gonna help
he's
him
like
up
going
there.
against heavy, just like the drunken heaviness. He just like, where's the pretty girl? You the pretty girl?
No, I'm not the pretty girl.
You
But
look like you have really pretty hair.
you don't want
You
any
like
of
it
this,
when
my
guys
friend.
grab your hair.
I'm gonna look over at at Bones and be like, this guy.
This guy.
You braid your hair off and
Sometimes I get women to do that. They
no
do it
wait.
for
So
no
can you
reason.
get a woman to braid my hair? I don't know.
You know, one of these days I'll hold you to it. I'll make sure to do that for you. But
All
first,
right,
you're going to
man.
have to come with me so you can sleep.
He's holding on. He's trying to maintain composure at all. Takes a deep breath. Just no. I'm going back down. Help me.
Yeah, he grabs his arm.
I've got one side.
I got the other.
Yeah.
You guys walk upstairs and then you lay him down. You open up the room. It's a small key. It has a red tablet on it. You open it. Doors are makeshift and crazy. Um, and you go in and there seems just to be two beds, flanking each side. And it seems to be just two beds and a window outside. Nothing crazy.
I thought we were taking him to the place with the other guy.
Yeah. There's just two beds in there though.
Oh, so the other guy's not in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I look. Does one of the beds look disheveled?
Yes. One of the beds is disheveled. Indeed. Sorry.
Okay, then I take him to the other one that's not disheveled,
Mm-hmm.
and I lay him down, and then I walk out.
As you can see, though, there is as you get closer to the window, there's a small, I don't want to say nightstand.
Is he
Table.
closer to the window?
Yeah, like both the beds are like flanking the windows. So like the beds are facing towards the door. So the moment
Well, I'm gonna make sure the window's open if it's cool outside.
yeah.
And help him out.
And there's a small assortment of candles on there.
Hmm.
Yeah, and that's about it. Luckily, the room doesn't smell like piss. I guess you normally would assume these sort of places would.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, you leave him there, and he kind of says, I know him. Tomorrow.
We'll
goes-
find you in the morning, okay?
Yeah, just don't go anywhere. Here, drink the water, and he gives him some
He
water.
grabs the flask and holds it like a baby.
And he kind of chuckles and walks back towards the door, and he goes, let's let him sleep. He's gonna need that water in the morning.
Hopefully he doesn't puke all over the floor. Good night, buddy.
Pretty,
chuckles.
pretty.
Close the
You
door.
guys close the door. You guys literally turn around and there's your door, like 5 steps. Same ordeal in this room. You go in there, same setting. Bed facing the door. Nothing in there besides some candles. But fortunately for you, from your view, you can see outside. You can see outside to the temple, and you see some glowing lights near it, like fire.
Hmm.
And amongst it, you can kind of tell that there are some guards, ground level. I know you should roll a perception check, but fuck it, we're just gonna go.
I'm gonna say, hey, look, check it out. The church is still going tonight.
You
Wonder what they're
see-
doing so late.
Yeah, there are guards around, and there seems to be in a walking formation. And you see them kind of like moving, like you're catching them move in like clockwise way. It seems to be four guards in there.
What do you mean clockwise?
They're like
They're walking around in a circle?
Yeah, they're walking around the church.
Oh, okay, so they're patrolling. They're not
Yeah.
in a formation.
Yeah, they're walking in a circular. Sorry, bad explain.
I got you.
But yeah, and there seems to be still like ladders and things of that sort. Building construction happening, not happening, but the remains until the next day of the church. Just for context, and you can see that you could see a little bit to the left, which would be north of town. Not too much, but you can see the far distance on the top of the hill, the manor, and some glowing lights there. And this is the final sight you see until you rest your weary body upon the bed. The beds are horrific. They are planks.
Fucking terrible.
They are reverse Tempur-Pedics.
Ooh.
These things are stone.
Reverse.
Like-
Sheets on it
You
are,
just I'd almost rather stay on the floor.
but the sheets are so comfortable. They almost feel silk-like. This almost feels like an unnerving, like ironic thing that they have beautiful sheets but shitty ass beds.
I'm going to turn to you and I hold up these sheets and I look under the bed and I say, you know what they call this?
What?
Advertising, my friend.
He chuckles.
They spend
Yes.
a little bit on what really matters and a lot of it on making it look like it's better than it really is.
That is true, my friend. But
Gotta make your money, I know. Just
yeah, sometimes you don't have enough to.
You start realizing as you're laying down, there's a pillow. The pillow looks like a pancake.
It's a circular one.
Yeah, let's go with that. It's circular, right? But you start realizing that
Ow.
these things used to be fluffy, but there's been so many people sleeping on here that it's officially
Bro,
now.
I'm gonna smell it. It smells like butt. Straight butt. Somebody was just sitting on this fart.
But
Yo, when's this motherfucker gonna get back? It's like 9 o'clock.
Mike? Yeah. Oh no, you might as well just count him out. He is knocked the fuck out.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
You
Itis.
tired, bruh?
Yeah.
Oh,
look at him
just
right
wake
now.
him up. Kick him.
Oh, right now.
Kick him.
All right. Yeah. So,
He knew what was going down today. I don't care if it's his mom's birthday. Freaking
all right.
over here.
So you rest your weary body, and you rest. It's a hearty rest because it's only like you will not normally sleep at this time of the night. You will probably wait much later to sleep, like
Mhm.
12. But because the feel of the town closing down and everyone leaving, and the beer, the grog that you drank, and the cozy smell of it all, it just made you want to go to sleep early. Which is a good thing.
Yo,
Hmm?
Tori, I gotta let you know. Did make me want to do shit. I stayed up all night. No, I'm just
You wake up the next day,
you fucker.
quite early, and this is due to the sound of knocking at your door.
Uh,
I'm snoring. Just by the way, like hard,
try to wake up.
like worse than Paul. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna get up.
No, that nigga snore.
No, I mean I'm not that bad. Like, it ain't that bad.
No,
Hello, who is it?
Yeah.
Please open the door.
Just a
Get
moment.
up.
I'm gonna get up, stretch a bit, open the door just a little bit.
You hear knocking on the opposite door as well.
I open it up just a smidgen to see who it is. What do you want? What's wrong?
You come to the conclusion, or after you said that, after your eyes open a bit, that this is a soldier, a town's soldier.
I go, oh, I'm sorry. What can I do for you? And I open it up a little more.
We were sent as your morning wake-up call, per se.
Oh,
I see.
you.
So we're to start bright and early then. All right.
Indeed. You think it's only like 9 p.m. It's dark. It's a bit cooler. As you kind of open the door,
9 a.m.
no, 9 p.m. because it's dark.
But we went to bed past 9 p.m.
Yeah, I know. Well, you would think it's 9 p.m. because that's what I meant. Like, it's dark.
Right.
It's really early in the morning right now. As you open the door, did you open the door all the way in?
No, only like halfway.
Okay.
I didn't just let him in, no.
Okay, cool. You guess you get dressed and everything, and you hear on the other side, oh, forgive me, sir. If you would just allow me a moment. You hear, who is at the door? Deepish voice, but it has a kind of high-pitched undertone. It's like, I don't know, but... Oh, no, I'm sorry, forgive me, sir. And he kind of closes, just give me 1 second. Close the door. But you hear this on the opposite end.
Which is where we put him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is Bones, did you hear all of that?
Yeah, no, he got up and stood up, and he's like,
It's go time.
Yep. And he puts on his clothes and puts away. You see him put away a bunch of flasks in different spots, and he goes like, no looking. He's like putting away different flasks.
Don't look. I seem wildly uninterested.
He puts away different flasks in like different spots and secret spots. And he's like, he puts his sword on his back, and he's like, okay, we should probably find our friend.
You open the door to go outside, and he doesn't come out. The guard knocks again. Mr. Leon, we are in a hurry, if you do not mind. It's like you open the door and you see a big hand open up, dark green. She does, and you see a statue of a person open up that door, and he says, "If you don't mind, please, could you have some tact for the other person who is sleeping in here?" And as you can tell only by her physiology, by legends of old, or maybe a hatred for their kin, this woman is of orc descent. And yes, this is a woman, for she is. Her bosoms and her underparts are.
No, but I mean, why would she be such a polite orc?
I just said of kin. Didn't say it was a full orc. Just
What's an
think there's
orckin?
Damn it. Alright,
and then we move on.
he
Yes,
kind of
Wait,
looks
what? But I wasn't saying that in game.
I'll let you know a little bit later.
Half orc, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she says, "Would you please
So-
have some tact for the ones there?" And the guard politely says, "Excuse me, ma'am. We don't mean to disrupt your rest, but we are in a bit of a hurry." She looks back. "Get your things and go." And he like lays back down. Like you hear like somebody stomping on the floor, or like a group just like stomping on the top floor all together simultaneously. Just poof. It's how
Shut
she
the fuck up.
sounds when she lays down on her bed and she goes by. He says, "Whew. Well, Sorry about that, gents. He looks about. He looks at you. He looks at
I'm
Bones.
gonna look at him. I'm gonna be like, "Hey, so you found one last night?"
Oh,
And I'm gonna laugh like it was
he
meant
looks
to
like
be sarcastic.
shh, quiet, 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 quiet. We'll talk about it when we leave.
You got quite the looker there, and I'm gonna like jab him in the in the arm.
Hey,
Gold's
hey.
just kind of like sitting there shocked, and he's like, did you have relations with that?
I said we'll talk about it when we leave. He looks at you.
Because if
Gotta
you
get
don't,
you
I will. I'm kind of in love. He's like staring at the door.
He's like,
I'm gonna look at both of you. I'm like, maybe y'all have seen too much. Adventuring
you've
lifestyle
seen too
isn't the
little.
right way.
I haven't seen enough.
I don't.
You gotta take some.
Second guessing if your venture is going to be the right thing to do.
He takes a flash. He drinks it.
Uh,
Maybe if I drank as much as you, I'd find that attractive.
he looks about. You guys get up. You see Anna sort of cleaning up the tables from all the shit that was happening there. But she's what seems to be, and she looks at you all as you're coming down the staircase, being led by two guards, um, and not as much. They're wearing more like chainmail as opposed to and a tabard as opposed to
Plate.
plate. But they're walking with helms and everything, and they're leading you, and they're like it's pretty silent, trying to be as silent as possible. But the moment they see Miss Adams, she waves at you all, and she's just like, hey. They're kind of like, hey, Miss Adams, kind of like, hey, kind of break break the mold that you come to know them as.
Oh,
And if he walks in, then Leon kind of lays on. It's like, all right, so I have to tell you, I woke up at an ungodly time. I don't know what time it was, but then I started puking my brains out. Thank you to whoever left the window open. I feel bad for the homeless outside. And he kind of like chuckles back after my onslaught puking. What felt like I was puking in a waterfall. He thinks about. I hear a strange opening at the door, and the guards sort of like slow their step a bit, like kind of
like they want to hear.
Yeah, exactly. um, I hear opening at the door, and I hear the most manly voice I've heard all day. Sorry, Bones. And I'm thinking, I guess I'm going to be in for a scrap. Maybe someone else is trying to come in. And I pull out my dagger from my side and have it ready. And the next thing I see is this huge woman carrying an axe. And I think it was a woman. Well, no, I lied. I really thought it was a man until the light from outside kind of came in over her form, and I realized it was a woman.
I bet you
Not-
almost pissed yourself.
I think literally the rest of the toxins in my body came out in some form or another.
You're telling me you took one look at her and continued to throw up?
I didn't mean it in that way.
Oh, but
He's
she's
cracking
going
up.
to take it that way, my good man.
Well, I hope not. Either way, this
You
woman's
don't quite
the largest
love
axe.
ladies.
I don't think that was the case. What I would assume, she was, let's just say, the most unsavory of characters. By the way, she had like red, like I'm talking like this is an abnormal red hair, like, and it's like all draped down. It was kind of like longish. And she had a nose ring, but it was like on the side as opposed to like a bull ring.
I wonder why she was carrying around an axe.
I wonder why that
Strange.
myself, but then I came to the conclusion that this person was just as tired, and boy, did she. She kind of stops, and the guard sort of slowed her step just a little bit. You feel it because you're like, oh shit, I might bump into them. They're like, well, let's just say. At first, my thoughts were, maybe I should get away. Then she started undressing, and then my thoughts shifted from maybe get away to, I have never tried this kind of delicacy in my life, so why not? Let's give it a go. But then I started realizing that my lower half would probably be destroyed, and that I have to wake up at an ungodly levels of time. So unfortunately, gents, I did not have a go at it.
I'm gonna ruffle your hair. You're never too tired for that kind of thing, buddy. If you wanted it, you should have done it while you were drunk.
He kind of looks at it. He's like, "Hey, you want to switch rooms?"
How about this? If we make it back from this venture, I'll let you know her name and I'll let you stay in my room.
Awesome.
He kind of like sticks his hand. at
Like,
you.
I'm going to assume he's in the middle of us, and behind
Yeah.
his back, I'm going to give a high five to Bones.
I'm gonna high five him.
The guards are like, hey.
Yeah.
This guy starts off. This guy has that.
I go to him. I was like, so is it green down there too?
Don't you mean red?
No, I mean, never mind.
Is the other half?
The other part of that isn't the hair.
Right. Well, I don't know. I kind of left it as is. Either way.
We should get focused. Come on.
And everybody sort of kind of like
Everybody
jokingly
just
gets
goes-
back into focus.
Yeah. Right. Important mission. We gotta save a man.
You guys kind of come in like into the rickety makeshift headquarters, as you kind of come to know. And there is I lied. You guys come to the building. On the side, you hear the whining of horses. In front of you, you see a small little fellow, the fellow you met earlier. And he says, "Good day, gentlemen. Good day."
Good morning.
Hi, how are you?
You get enough rest, hopefully.
Enough.
Can't say so much for our friend here, but yes.
Hey,
He'll be all right.
he looks about. Good day. Not remember your name. So no consequence, no problem. Either way, come. And then the guards are like escorted. They kind of like bow down and move away. And you see on the side when you come across the building, you see the man teetering on 7 feet tall, rub down a horse from top, like rubbing his mane, as in his full mental play. Like it looks like the man did not even sleep. And he's talking to his in the harsh voices. It's okay, thank you. It's okay. Don't worry, we shall find your master soon enough. Hopefully. Or I will die trying. And you see the horses sort of kicking into the room. And there's two other horses alongside this one. This one's farther, right? He looks about. He like catches himself talking, and then he looks at you and says, "Good morning, good morning."
Morning.
He says, "I thank you enough for taking this venture. Unfortunately, I could not go myself, or I will arise suspicion. And suspicion is not the thing we need right now."
Yes, we must
That
keep
is
this matter at arm's length.
Good. All right, but here, as you can see, the horses are all kind of equipped with makeshift things. Looks like they have on their reins on the back of them. It looks like they have some kind of bags, trinkets. Seems to be. It looks like pots on there. It looks like just kind of assortment of camping tools. And he goes to the foremost person. He goes to you, Bowman, and he hands you a scroll. He said, he like opened it up.
Okay.
As you do, he speaks. These are the known regions that we have traversed.
Oh, I see.
Well, normally what he would do is he would go a little bit, inch his way through, let's say, and find creatures that he could bring back as pelts or his liking of hunting, and at the same time scout the area for any possible dangers. Though each time he increases his trek, does take him a bit longer out there, but he usually is able to make it back within a day or two. But we fear that it's been 6 days, and now worry has set in, His daughter, I feel that she is going to commit some foolish act and try to go after herself, but we have restrained her back at the manor spot. She's a crafty little one, so.
And which of these locations was he going for next?
As you see right here, you see on the map, it's sort of a weird kind of moon steps map. It almost looks crudely drawn. It doesn't look like a cartographer has done this. Almost on spot, really. Here's the northern point. If we start heading, here's Braboy, far up. He kind of like, it's way off the map kind of deal. If you were to head in that direction, the river Selene flows from there.
I see he went quite a ways then.
Yeah, well, not all the way to Braboy, I hope not. He's hopefully only, at most by foot. He's maybe a 6-day walk. But on horseback, maybe you will be able to find your way a little bit faster. Yeah, he doesn't like taking his horses in there, but for the most part, I believe these horses are the best and more well-trained ones we have, enough to traverse the terrain. I believe there's swamps and things from the overflow of the river. If he is trapped in one of those, please, by all means, bring him back. He is monumental for the growth of our town.
I understand.
That's what we were hired for. I'm ready.
Like I said, these are the provisions, and he points at a spot on the map. He kind of like dents it in a bit, and he says, "Here, this map is, by the way, drawn on what seems to be animal felt, like hide,
Right. Really thin.
leather. Yeah. And he points here. I believe personally that he would have traversed deeper into the swamp due to a conversation of ours. We believe that there could possibly be a." Kind of looks inside. You kind of tell there's a bit of guilt in his eyes. Let's just say a mining or some sort of temple of some sorts. Well, my personal belief. Either way, he followed that intuition and hopefully he's there. But be mindful of what's out there. Once you start hitting deeper into the forest, things will stop becoming bandits. Things will stop becoming lizard folk. Things will start becoming almost unnatural. So keep your wits about you. Do make it back. We will, if unfortunately things go bad, within a week's time, I shall march all my troops there personally. We hopefully find something.
I should hope that's
make it
not
back.
necessary.
I hope so too. He extends his hands out and going for your forearm, and he says, "I wish you the best of luck, and may Iomedae." He stops and pauses. "May the gods watch over you."
I'm gonna say luck to you as well, and we'll have him back in no time.
Okay. Well. Okay. Alright, so this is just for continuity's sake. These reins are pretty easy. These horses seem pretty tamed and everything. You start heading up the road to the...
Oh, before we leave, I'd ask him about the lizard folk. What do you know of their tactics? I would like to avoid them if possible, but if we encounter them...
They are brutal savages, he looked at you. They are untrustworthy in all manners. Stay clear of the water. For the most part, you'll stay clear of them. But do mind that they are many, and you are only 3. So, if you can avoid a fight, avoid it at all.
You hear that, Bones? Just because we've got a big sword doesn't mean we have to swing it. Let's be careful. This is a rescue mission.
Maybe his ale will help us
my
out.
poor tiny heart. And he drinks some more liquor. He's like, "Oh, you're hurting my poor heart. I'm so depressed."
Alright, so you start your small trek, and he he bows down and heads in as the horses take off to the roadsies. There's no horse. And for now, um, we are going to break for a second, and